Hello everybody, welcome to Ivan's Backyard Ask Ivan episode 5. I can't believe that it has been 5 episodes since we first started this last month. I'm very proud and I'm very honored that you guys have been supporting me, listening to me. I have received a few feedbacks and I appreciate those comments. They are very constructive, telling me to cut short the time, the framing and stuff. I'm very new to this, but I think which is very appropriate because the next question that has been asked to me is exactly why I start what I started. The next question was actually sent by Nas. This was way back during the first Ask Ivan. Unfortunately, I haven't had time to actually answer this. Nas, thank you for this question. She asked, how do you start a business? I think I may not be the right person to answer this, but I will try my best to answer this. I think, like everything else that I do, the answers are from the heart, and I will try to use what I've experienced, that I've had, whatever lessons that I've learned, to try and answer some of these questions. I have to admit that I am actually eternally grateful to my previous company, which is the Jungle People. I think throughout all the 10 years that I've been with them, I've learned a lot in terms of not just merely consulting, in terms of running programs or even dealing with consultants or dealing with organizations, senior managers. I've also been able to see for myself some of the transformational programs and see how it has actually worked and how it has not worked. And starting my own business, I've also began to realize the other side of it. First of all is the theory, and then of course the practical side. If you look at that question, how do you start a business? Well, from the practical perspective, take 60 ringgit, go over to the registrar of business and register a business. That's it. As easy as it may sound, it is really that easy. But I think I'm going to veer away from answering this question in a corporate sense. I'm sure there are a lot of books out there that has outlined certain key concepts as into what do you do in order for you to start a business. I'm going to focus on 3 main things. This is based on my personal experience as well. I've been in business for about 6 months now. Started Ivan's Backyard in November, and I realized 3 very crucial characteristics that a business owner, solopreneur you call it, entrepreneur, must have in order for the business to succeed or to start out well. I think the first is you got to have balls, literally, and I would like to equate that to courage. I think a lot of times many people don't want to do or take that step forward is because of that fear. Fear of failure. More importantly, there is also the fear of success. In this context, I think it's very important for us to really take the bull by its horn and take up the courage. If you want to start a business, you got to really have the balls to just push it through and just do it. Sometimes it is, of course, it is easier said than done. But I think a lot of people who dare not do it, I think it's because of that fear that stops them from doing it. So once you've conquered that fear, I believe that through courage and pushing yourselves to just get out of that comfort zone that we are in, I think you'll be able to move that first step. I think for the second characteristic that we really must have is we really need to be stubborn. I think the stubbornness here is not in the sense that we don't want to listen to other people. I think the stubbornness here is that every time when people push you aside and say, look, you can't do this, I think that's when we got to really think about why we want to start this business, for what purpose, what is the main reason why we started this in the first place, and just hunker down and just withstand all the pressure, all the stress, all the negativity, to just push through and believe that that we can do it. And most of the time, I can guarantee you, we can do it. Like I said, the first part is the balls. Second part is to have that thick skin, that stubbornness, to just meet your clients, to just go up there and just say, look, this is I'm now on my own. I've started this business, and would you like to work with me? I think that's going to be very, very crucial. And if anybody's telling you, oh, you cannot do this, or anyone says anything negative about it, I think that's the time where you actually put on a very, you know, like horses, they have this very tunnel vision. Shut yourself away from all this negativity and focus on the goal. And lastly, I think most importantly, is patience. I think, well, when people say patience is a virtue, it is truly a virtue. We shouldn't do things rashly. We shouldn't do things, we shouldn't just jump straight into it. Obviously, that is not very wise. When I say that you must have the balls and you must have the stubbornness, it's not about just rushing through it and just, you know, bulldozing your way through any form of obstacles. I think it is most important for us, just like a fighter, you know, in a fight, when you are actually holding on, that is when you get all the punches, but to be able to wait for the right moment to strike and give that left hook. And when we say patiently waiting, it's not waiting and not doing anything. I think most importantly, a lot of solopreneurs and a lot of business people would acknowledge this, is that while you're waiting, you're preparing yourself for that strike. So that time, it is actually buying time for you by improving yourself, your capabilities, your skills, and also your outlook in terms of what you want to do. And when the time is right, when it comes to that moment, then we attack, and then we move in. If you're not ready, if you're not prepared, you can't move in. And when it comes, the moment will just pass. So seizing the moment can only happen when we are ready to seize the moment. So 3 things, ladies and gentlemen, what do we need to start a business? First, you got to have balls. Second, you must be stubborn, believing in yourself. And finally, you got to be patient. Keep calm and wait for the right moment. So adios amigos, thank you very much for that question. Throw me some of those questions. Again, I'm open to all kinds of questions, and I hope that today's Ask Ivan has helped you sort out some of your own insecurities and also fears about starting a business. Thank you very much. See you again.